And we're live.
Good day.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the 10th annual Breakfast Taco Quidditch Tournament. I am Juan Martinez. This is Kaiser Poland. We're going to try to commentate some of these games for you. We'll get this camera turned around when it gets started. First one we have up is going to be Texas State University against Sam Houston State University. Texas State's going to be in the maroon, and Sam Houston State's going to be in the black jerseys. So, what do you think about this game, Kaiser?
I don't know. It's just been so long since I've seen any USQ Quidditch happen. I'm looking forward to it. See what these teams look like, especially after COVID. See a lot of new faces that I don't recognize. So I'm really looking forward to seeing like all the new potential out here.
That's a good point. We don't have full rosters for these teams. A lot of these teams are still in early stages of their roster development. So we don't even have full uniforms for a lot of them. So we're not going to be totally able to call out their numbers, and we do apologize in advance for that, or call out their names. Throughout the day, we hope to get a little bit better about that as we talk to these teams in between these games. But yeah, we're just a few minutes away from this startup. I'm going to go ahead and turn this camera around so you guys can see the actual teams as they get ready. There's a lot of players out here, which is a good sign since, COVID really put a damper on a lot of what these teams are trying to do over the last 18 months. So let me get that turned around.
It does look like Sam Houston starting with bludger control for this game too.
Oh, right. We haven't even talked about all of the new rules. Let me make sure I get these cameras right. Okay, so do you want to break down the
new
replacement of brooms up
starting
rules?
procedure? So basically, it is a coin flip now, and the winner of the coin flip gets to determine whether they start with the quaffle or bludger control, and then the other person obviously gets the other, and then they get the choice on what side of the field they would prefer to start on. So we don't know the outcome of the coin toss, but it does look like Sam Houston has bludger control. There have been a lot of other rule changes. Do you want me to go into specifics?
Yeah, sure. Take your time. We got a minute or two to kill.
We even had new rule changes released this morning.
That's true. Shout out to
midnight.
Ethan Stern for the message.
Yes.
And I think the captain's meeting, they all agreed to go ahead and make sure that we were actually following those rule sets.
Yes.
As opposed to just ignoring them.
So some of the biggest new rules, hoop distance is obviously farther apart now. Should be 9 feet apart, which is the MLQ standard, if any of y'all are familiar with that. You have to tag it on the middle hoop whenever you get beat or called off broom or anything of the sorts. Snitch, there's no more handicaps. You have the set score. So whoever at the 20, okay, I'm doing bad at this, but after 20 minutes, there is like an intermission, a halftime per se, where everybody goes back to their respective keeper zones and balls get put back like with the teams that had them. And then there's a new gender rule too, right?
Yeah, so we're limiting it to 4 of any given gender at any point in the game, even when snitch is out. So it's just a small change. I think it aligns it up with what IQA has been doing for a while. Looks like we're about to get started. We got AJ as the head ref, getting ready to call it, and here we go. And Sam Houston State is starting with bludger control. And sort of anticlimactic start, they just stand up. All right, Texas State keeper number 14 is going to bring up the quaffle at the mid-pitch. Bring it to the right side. See if these beaters can do any sort of beater battle as they posture. They do have an exchange. Sam Houston seems to have won that one. Quaffle's going to drive in. He can't hold on to it. It is wet, and early morning you can see that water spraying off of that bludger as it spins through the air. Sam Houston's going to bring that ball, but he gets robbed from behind. And Texas State is going to slow it down just a little bit.
Sam Houston still has control on this play though, so.
Yeah, so we're basically back at 0 of the start time, and I do apologize. I completely forgot to start this this timer. So I'll go ahead and say that this timer is unofficial. We're on the opposite side of the field from the actual official score table, so it's going to be a little off, but we'll true it up every chance we get.
That play we had a pass behind hoops, and the player that caught it unfortunately fell off broom, so.
I want to give a shout out to Delilah from Baylor University, who's doing our camera work for us. You shouldn't hear too much from her, but Sam Houston's going to throw a beater in, try to score, and leaves a wide open hoop, but AJ's going to call it no good.
Did look like that was a little high from my perspective, but.
All right, so teams are going to reset. Texas State doing the old Texas classic slow approach. Just make sure everybody's in the right position.
They did manage to get control back on that last play. So.
Oh, that's a good point. Bringing up full bludger power as Hayden Boys for Sam Houston State's going to posture. He's looking for a block.
Oh, come on, now you got it. It's good.
The passing is a little difficult. That ball's very wet. As Maya postures over that ball to make sure that Sam Houston can't pick it up. Clearing the way. She catches.
That's another one.
What an exchange.
Okay, Hayden cleans up that play. Sam Houston now has the ball again.
What happened on that exchange? I was watching the quaffle game.
Oh, we got another beater exchange coming over here.
What?
Goal by Sam Houston right there.
Yeah, Sam Houston State's not going to follow the same approach that Texas State has. They're just going to sort of run and drive on that one, and nobody could stop him. He tucked the ball and still was able to get it through the hoops.
Yeah, there's a lot of beater interaction looking there, so it's a good opportunity for Sam Houston. Texas State still does have bludger control after all that.
It's 10-0, right?
Yeah.
All right, and again, ball in the keeper hands for Texas State, number 14, passing behind the hoops. Number 13 for Texas State, posturing by an open hoop, completely unguarded. The pass is too high, though. She's not able to recover it. So a turnover. Maya resets a bludger to keep control on Texas State's side. And now we get a little bit of a slow approach from number 19 as he substitutes out for Sam Houston State.
Let's go.
An exchange up top for the beaters. A pass out wide. Goes out of bounds. It's a turnover for Sam Houston State. It's going to go over to Texas State. So he's going to bring it up. It's going to be a fast approach through the middle of the field. One cut. He's following his own chaser there. See if he has to stop. There's not a shot for him. And the hoop opens up.
Hayden Boys was doing great right there, keeping both the beaters distracted for Texas State here on the other side of the field. So that left it open for Texas State's chasers to get a good shot and eventually to score.
And a few substitutions coming in for Sam Houston State as they bring this ball towards mid-pitch. Asked to hurry up by the ref. They were doing a little bit too slow.
Let's go.
Deflected by the keeper, recovered by Sam Houston.
Get in there. Oh.
Number 3 for Sam Houston, keeping her balance. Well done. 24 is going to approach. I think he's got a wide open lane to the left. He's got a beater in front of him trying to keep him safe. Get him closer and closer. Sam Houston passes behind the hoops. Another pass back to the side. And it looks like it's a turnover for Texas State.
Clean up by number 3 on Texas State. Cause a turnover.
Hurry up.
And they call
Looks
no
like we have a
bludgers.
transition opportunity by Texas State. All the bludgers are on Texas State's side of the hoops.
Let's go.
Goal is good.
Money.
That was a nice little spin move.
It was.
I don't have moves like that. He tried to cut to the outside, back in, spun around, and had a wide open hoop right up top. He likes to shoot on that top hoop. I think this is where all 3 of his shots have come.
Given his height, that makes sense.
That's true. All right, we'll see how Sam Houston wants to approach this one. Last time they brought it all the way up, got real close, and then passed it pretty far behind the hoops.
Let's go.
As the bludgers exchange, is a beat for beat.
Pass out of bounds.
Let's go.
I think that might have been a shot, but yeah, it's out of bounds now, so it's a turnover either way.
Hey, good turnover, beaters.
A lot of Texas State support in the crowd today.
There is.
All right, some substitutions. Number 14, keeper for Texas State, is subbing out.
Looks like
New beaters in.
as well.
Yes. Go with advantage,
I think that's
David.
David Avila. I'm not sure, though. He's going to bring it up, wait for the beaters to exchange. Texas State looks like they lost that exchange, and he's just driving in.
Hey, let's go.
Tell me about what happened there.
There's a beater interaction. Sam Houston lost all their bludgers. They were all on the ground. There's 2 on the ground, so another easy scoring opportunity for Texas State to just drive in and get an easy shot.
Hey, look at that boy. Look at that boy, Paul, boy.
It's like Texas State trying to pressure Quaffle right here. Not a reset?
I don't know that he crossed mid-pitch. These cones aren't
Yeah,
terribly straight, so it's kind of hard to tell. But now they're definitely across the mid-pitch, so they can be pressured. Texas State keeping possession of that. A nice recycle. Texas State in control, but Sam Houston's driving in. with a soft shot or pass, but David's going to bring it back up. It's a fast break opportunity, no defender, so it's an easy, wide open, small hoop on the left side. 10 more points for Texas State.
Hey, Ellen! Hey, Beaters, hey, it's all day, Beaters. It's all day.
All right, how do you think Sam Houston State gets back in this game?
They just got to do better on defense. They keep losing all their bludgers, opening up too many transition opportunities. They have no beaters to play defense, and that's like the biggest part of defense. So if they can figure that out, okay. I think they have a really good shot.
Fantastic.
It's over with.
Well, that offense is going to stall. We do get a kick reset. It looks like it might actually work out, but Texas State's just going to pick it up. There is one defender. It's a nice two-arm tackle. It goes off Broom. So it goes into David's hand. A pass and a shot. So another goal for Texas State.
Hey, David! Oh, boy, oh, boy.
All right. It looks like once Texas State is getting control of these bludgers, it's a really hard thing to break through. Sam Houston State's taking a lot of shots, mostly tackles. See how they can approach this one. They are driving through. That beat misses. Oh, we have a stoppage of play. That's the second pretty powerful drive that we've seen. I'm not sure what this penalty is. Let's see what it is. Some broken glasses, perhaps. He's given the quaffle.
Beater right.
And on reset, there's a beater right in front of him.
It's going to be a tough play for Sam Houston. Oh, beautiful pass.
Oh, pass to start off.
Missed, but
it could have been there just a little bit closer, and that would have been an open hoop to shoot on. Instead, it's a transition opportunity. Texas State driving in, drops the ball. Two people wrapping him up.
Gets rid of it right into the keeper's hands. Sam Houston's the ball.
I'm not sure what that call was. She was called off Broom. Maybe she went off Broom when she picked up the ball, but yeah, that pass went straight into the hands of the keeper for Sam Houston State, but he wasn't able to hold on to it, so she tried to pick it up, and then she got called off Broom. So that's another score for Texas State. And I apologize again. I forgot to start that clock, so we'll add 30 seconds and see how close we are to the real time. Okay, Sam Houston State with a long pass.
Pass to the corner. Out of
It's a
bounds.
little bit too long. But I like the idea there. It's better than the drives that they've had. They did score their 1 point off of a really powerful drive, but all these drives since then have just been met with a pretty good defense, if not a bludger. So Texas State bringing it up. See if they spread this field out. We've got two qualified players behind. A nice pass, but he goes off Broom trying to catch it. Just a product of a lot of new players playing in an official tournament, unofficial tournament, but with an actual head ref watching if you're on your broom this whole time. So, I think we might see that get called throughout the day as people not staying on their brooms correctly.
Have a beater interaction, both clear. Nice tackle by the Texas State Chasers. Leads to a turnover. Oh, we got another stoppage.
I stopped the clock that time. Remind me to start it. Oh, there it is.
Start the clock.
And it's a fast break.
Oh,
Let's go. Oh, wait.
plays through contact for a good goal.
Yeah, there was attempts to beat him from way up the field, but he's a little too fast to be caught by that bludger. So Sam Houston's falling behind 70-10. We'll see if they can wrap this, turn this around. We always have Cinch on pitch that is able to give you a pretty good avenue to catch back up. So
Still
they're
plenty of
definitely
time
not out of the
left in
game.
this too.
And we're only roughly 10 minutes into the game.
Yeah.
Sam Houston passes to the right side. Keep your hands. Back up top. Hayden Boys, number 11. Top of the pitch, protected by his beater. She drops the bludger, and they're passing around. Intercepted this time by Texas State. Can't keep his feet. This grass
Beater's
is
coming
wet.
in.
Oh, and he goes off Broom again. So Sam Houston State's going to pick it up.
Beaters are cleaning it up to protect that quaffle. Oh, here we go. Hayden Boys loses the ball when he gets tackled. Out of bounds. Texas State ball.
Yeah, so what we're seeing is balls are hard to hold on to. Your footing is hard to keep. This ground is still a little wet, so we're going to see that. And on top of that, if you can't keep your broom between your legs, we're going to have a lot of stalled drives here. So Texas State bring it up to the left side. They've got 3 chasers up top, 1 chaser out to the right. Nobody behind hoops as their unmarked chaser now is way back behind. A lot of room. 2 chasers back. She calls for it. She gets a pass. He takes it, passes it back to her. She's going to pick it up. She's got 2 defenders to beat. She's getting wrapped up. She goes off broom and drops the ball. I didn't see what happened in the Bludger game. What happened there?
I'm not completely sure. I saw it bounce off someone's back, but
Yeah, they were thrown through the air. Sam Houston State's going to come away with control and the quaffle, so no scores for Texas State there. And they're going to have to keep that up. That's a good start.
that was a good stop. They had great defense on that play.
All right. Let's see if Sam Houston can keep their spacing on this offense. Pass to the back right side as Texas State intercepts
but beat by the
it.
beaters.
And there's a scrum over there. I'll stop the clock here. As Hayden Boys was trying to reach for the quaffle between the legs of a beater, but everyone's scrumming for it a little bit too much. So we'll see who comes away with it. Right now it's in the hands of Texas State with the Bludger on the ground. See if there are any dangerous kicks or anything like that.
Looks like just a back to hoops call.
All right, as we get started back up, let me get this clock one more time. A pass up top. Texas State's going to see if they can keep possession. Hayden Boyce hurries out there and tries to tackle. Texas State maintains possession, is wrapped up. We'll stop this clock one more time. I'm not sure what that call was. That looked like a clean tackle. Oh, a card's going to come out here. We don't have the best angle if something's going to be behind a player, so it's possible that could be back contact. See if we can get a call.
Okay, Twan, let's get it, boy.
Walking them all the way. Yep, illegal contact on Sam Houston State, number 7. But they're hyped. They like the contact either way.
That is true. With this new 2-arm tackle rule, there's a lot of contact this game. It's nice to see.
And Texas State has 2 chasers behind, 1 chaser up top, and the keeper all the way on their side of the field with Bludger control. And Sam Houston State has 3 defenders, it looks like, in the way. So we'll see what Texas State can make out of this one as they just adjust these hoops.
Okay.
And we're starting again.
Oh, that is a good beat.
Oh, fantastic defense by Hayden Boyce. He's going to intercept it and then take off. He's running into control. We'll see. Takes a shot.
Good job, Tyrone.
It's a turnover, though.
Good beat.
So I like the approach. I like the aggressiveness. He feels like he's got to make something happen for his team. He is behind 6, but running into 2 bludgers. What do you think of that?
2 bludgers, 2 chasers, a 1v4. It's a risky play. He was almost there, but
They gave him the room to
Yeah.
take a shot. So there's still that opportunity. We wouldn't say don't ever do it again.
yeah. As you said, I like the aggressiveness. It could have led them to getting bludger control back if one of the beaters was baited into a throw or something, but almost a catch by that Sam Houston.
Oh, that's some interesting contact on the hoop. And they're going to say it's all fair, so Texas State scrumming for the ball. Sam Houston State's going to take away, though. Slow it down. He is getting pressured, so he can just kind of hang out for a second.
Sam Houston also got bludger control back on that play.
Absolutely positive. The goal hoop's going to fix those hoops. As Hayden approaches mid-pitch. Stands there, is protected by his beater, so he's going to pass it out to the right, where we still have 2 beaters protecting. We could utilize some tap beats to sort of clear a path, but they're just going to be patient and see if they can get a sure opportunity for a goal. They drive in,
Exchange.
and that's a goal.
Great play by Sam Houston. Waited for the beaters to interact there, opened it up. As long as they keep doing that, they can easily get back into this game.
Yeah,
Especially with their defense right now.
When you approach that offense and you're standing behind the beater, you get to see exactly how that interaction goes and know that it's safe to drive in on. So it's a positive play for Sam Houston.
Another ball slip because of this left field today.
Texas State brought the ball up, passed it behind. And
Shot
she
is
takes
good.
a pretty long distance shot over there.
Nice little bank right off the top of the top hoop.
Texas State calling Go Cats Go 80-20 in favor of Texas State. We're about 14 minutes into this game. Sam Houston's going to posture a block. Nobody's threatening just yet, but he does have beater protection. An exchange happens. Sam Houston's going to win complete control. There are no bludgers on defense.
Get stripped. Oh, Sam Houston picks it up. Blocked.
Is that 2 blocks on 1 drive with no bludgers?
Oh.
And we have a stoppage of play. That was a pretty aggressive tackle.
It was.
So Sam Houston wins the exchange. Texas State has no beaters. So they drive in, but Texas State is able to stop the drive and a shot.
Yeah, they got a block shot.
Sam Houston picks up that shot, shoots again, and is blocked. And now we have a scrum.
Yep. Oh, looks like we have... Might be a yellow card. Yep.
Yeah, you got a lot of new people trying out some interesting tackle rules, so probably see a few more of those throughout this day.
That is Texas State's keeper.
As they swap the headband around.
Sam Houston has the quaffle, and no, there's each team has 1 bludger, another one right here on the sideline by us. Oh.
And Texas State's not happy with the quaffle.
Everyone's eyes on me, that's fine. Papa coming in!
There we go. Equipment is updated, so I think we're going to be back to this game. Everyone's excited for this. Even Sam Houston State high fives for that one.
Excuse me, folks. Do you know whose dog this is?
Yeah,
Is it yours?
it's with me. Yeah.
Okay. So for university guidelines, you can't actually have dogs on the field.
Okay.
Unfortunately, you can. If the dog can be on the hill, it can be. It's got to be on the other side of the fence. It can't be on the flat part of the field.
Okay. The owner, like the actual owner, is playing on that field. I can get as soon as possible. Get on.
Well, so we already told the tournament director to come and tell y'all. I don't know whether she did or not.
I haven't heard yet.
Okay. Well, that being said, the dog does need to go ahead and come off the field in some capacity. Thank you.
Got to pass up to the
I
top.
just watch her on the concrete up there.
Is that okay? Yeah. I'm sorry. Thank you so much.
We have a
All right,
pass
apologies,
behind
everyone.
Texas State. Ooh. Rips a shot from behind. Here's the quaffle. Yeah, quaffle rolled out of bounds. Wait, nope, never mind. Texas State recovers their own shot. Bring it up again with control.
All right, so Texas State's gonna bring the ball. Maya throws that bludger in. It doesn't hit anybody, so she's chasing it down. As Texas State gets pressured, takes a pass out to the left. He's gonna drive in, tries a nice nifty dunk, but nobody's there, so the bludger's in hand for Sam Houston State. They are gonna do this slowly because they didn't have any bludgers back, and Texas State had both of them.
Yeah, they called that goal beat before. Was a nice shot though. Gotta give them credit.
Oh, I apologize. Sam
Another
Houston
pass
State
behind.
does have 30 points, not 20.
Beater interaction. Oh.
Oh, that shot.
Oh.
Just what?
Covered by the keeper.
A great pass, though.
Pass, shot, whatever it was, it worked.
It was a bullet of a pass.
It was.
Oh, my,
Oh.
catches another bludger. Keeps
catch.
control for Texas State.
There's been a lot of catches this game, especially with how wet these balls are. It's quite impressive to see.
Maya has caught most of them.
Mm-hmm. Tap beat by beaters up top, looking for the drive. Nice little dish, but just looks like it's too far out of bounds. Sam Houston ball. I like that play by Texas State. The drive and dish, especially when you have control, it's a good thing to utilize to open up opportunities. Ooh. It's an attempt at a kick beat there. A little high, but I like the thought. Another shot, pass, over the hoops, out of bounds. Texas State ball.
And sorry, folks, I had that camera set up just a little bit weird, so it's all fixed. The angle should be a little bit better. Okay. Where are we at now? Sorry, apologies. Sam Houston State scored another goal there? Oh, no, they didn't.
not.
It
They
is
overthrew
80 to
that
40,
ball.
so they're doing a lot better. It was
Nice block
70-10
by-
at one point.
Oh, I thought that was clear.
I spoke just a bit too soon there as Texas State brings that back in. Has one goal there.
Maya cleaned that up by taking out the beater. Looked like he blocked it, but then I think he fell off the room. Then she just got him right again, right when he tagged back in. Left that small hoop wide open for the chaser. Looks like we have some more subs for Sam Houston.
More substitutions. Hayden Boys in at beater. A lot of speed whenever he's in there. Pass is pretty close to the hoops.
Sam Houston has no bludgers right now, so yeah. Texas State cleans that up, pressuring the chaser with the ball. Texas State ball still has control.
Hayden Boys
Transition opportunity.
coming back in
Hayden
is
Boys
beat.
gets beat. Texas State finishes right again on that small hoop again.
Well, they do have the opportunity to make up for this.
Texas State beater is looking great right now. They're making a lot of opportunities for their chasers, making it look easy. Usually isn't that easy, but got to give credit to the beaters. They're opening a lot of lanes up for these guys. Ooh, a nice split jump. Gonna clean up. Sam Houston has no bludgers right. Oh, they picked it up.
Nope, no bludgers.
Another transition opportunity. That's the first one. Another shot right in that top hoop.
It's just a little bit too much speed at that point.
Got a stoppage. We are at that halftime. And Snitch is going to be coming out right after this break.
There you go. We're now at 20 minutes. So we'll flip this around.
Plays, a few missed opportunities, but really looking forward to see how they handle this new snitching rules with like the set score and everything. I think Sam Houston, they can get right back into it as long as they make those passes and slow down those transitions a bit, especially if their beaters are distracted on the snitch. They have a good opportunity. They're getting a lot of looks on offense, so I think as long as they continue to do that and just clean up their passes a bit, they have a really good shot at getting back into this. But Texas State does have a healthy lead right now, so we'll see how it goes.
That's true. But Sam Houston State did have a 3-1 run. You know, they could mimic that same thing. It's really going to change when these beaters are doing something else. So what Sam Houston State was trying to do a lot was drive in and just sort of, Superman it through the entire crowd. That's a little bit more possible when those beaters aren't there. So maybe those can work out a little more often than they did on during the secret floor. So there's an opportunity there that Sam Houston State can take to bring this back into range. But as far as Texas State, I think the same thing's going to apply there. You have a lot of speed. Those keepers, Avila is bringing it in and just sort of powering through everyone as fast as he can. So I think both teams pretty much have a no beater advantage against each other somehow. Speed versus power, which is kind of what we're seeing. So if you had to put your money on speed or power, which one would you pick?
In this game, I'm looking at speed. It's been a lot of
Yeah,
speed's been a lot of
you're a tall, quick
like,
guy, so
yeah,
that makes sense.
Yeah, it's caused a lot of goals this game. So
I'm going to go with power.
really,
Hopefully that brings it back
Okay.
around.
Sam Houston can get the snitch catch. That'll be super helpful for them.
That's a good point. They're down. What is the current score right now?
110 to 40, I believe.
Yep, 110 to 40. So,
So what's that make the set score? 1.
I do have to implement that part. Do you remember the set score rules? It's just plus 70.
They've changed it so many times it's hard to keep track, but snitch catch is worth 35. So it looks like set score will be set at 1. Is the score 10 to 40? 100 to 40?
Yeah, it's 110, 40.
Well, no, they put it back to 100.
Oh.
Or is that supposed to be 110?
That's 110.
Okay. Yeah, the pure set score will be at 180. Sam Houston does look good there. Their beaters got right back into that play to get that goal before Seekers come out.
All right, well done seeking that one through.
Oh, Texas State takes advantage of a beater with their back turn. They do have no bludgers right now, so this is where we see speed versus power.
There's that speed.
Oh, no
That
good.
was no good.
Recovered by Texas State, though. Wow, that was impressive. A lot of contact there. A couple spin moves. You might be right about the power if that's what it's looking like now. So you can play through all that. That's a good shot.
I'm very good at what I do. All right, Sam Houston State bringing it up. Still no beaters on any snitch play. It's not happening. We got a stoppage. They just not released the snitches? Where are the
Does
snitches?
not look like there are any seekers.
Oh yeah, seekers. Apologies.
Oh wait, yes they are. Underneath the tab.
All right, they're getting some clarity on when to send those seekers out. They're saying they should have already been out. I'm not sure how you handle a procedural slip up like that. You just let them out and continue play?
I would presume so. That's probably the only thing you can do at this point. Maybe a 10-second runoff, or not a runoff, but just another delay. I don't know.
Well, we're going to get started again.
Appears they're not being released immediately, so.
Ooh. Great exchange by Hayden Boyce. He blocks one
cleans
and
up all the
clears out
blocks.
all of the Texas State beaters.
Oh, we got a turtle. A little scrum. Ball keeps switching teams. We got 3 people on this ball right now. It does appear Sam Houston's coming out. Well, beat immediately.
All right, Sam Houston's got this bludger protecting the seeker, giving their seeker an opportunity to catch. See how long this lasts. He's got a hold of that broom. Texas State comes in, clears him out.
Good defense by Sam Houston there. 3 people locking that down.
A great defense on the quaffle game, but they do lose control of the bludgers, and now Texas State has their seeker, Maya, on the snitch. Hayden Boyce, oh, he's gonna call himself beat there. We all heard it, but no ref there to call him beat, so he's out.
Oh, nice catch. Oh, misses the beat. Texas State does have an opportunity. Sam Houston recovering that real quick. No seekers on the snitch right now. Oh, slip up. Nice pass. Almost a catch by Sam Houston right there. Almost got the snitch distracted, but just
There was a shot opportunity by Texas State, but it was deflected just before we went through the hoops and caught by Sam Houston State. So a turnover and great defense. I think they really need to drive in a little more if they're going to take those kinds of shots. They have no bludgers to worry about.
They are getting time on the snitch again.
Yeah, and the Texas State beaters are playing a little bit of split attention, some on the beaters, but also on defense. A great dodge by number 19 for Sam Houston State.
Oh, missed shot. Recovered by Sam Houston. Oh. Nice little rebound by Sam Houston Chaser. Puts it right back through the hoop. It's a great opportunity for them.
All right, they started this down 8. Now they're only down 6. There's an
Doing good.
opportunity here.
They're playing great
Rising.
defense. They're doing what they need to on offense. This is exactly what we talked about.
Oh, fantastic
Almost a
catch.
brilliant catch right there. Texas State does have more time on the seeker.
Oh, Maya
Houston
almost
beats
got
them
that catch.
Oh.
All right, a lot of action happening near the hoops. Texas State's going to pass that around and capture a goal there, so we'll give them 10 points. The distance is now 7 again.
Got both seekers on the snitch right now.
Hayden blocks and beats. Looks like we have control in the hands of Sam Houston now.
Looks like Sam Houston prioritizing offense here instead of snitch play.
And both seekers are just getting free
snitch
run
on
at the
there. Oh,
snitch as he falls.
Nice block by Texas State there. It's a good opportunity to score by Sam Houston, but that was good defense.
And Texas State saying they've got all the lead that they need. They're just going to slow this down a little bit.
I don't know if that's the right move, though, with the way Sam Houston's playing right now.
Maybe that's why they slowed down. They don't want to give them more.
Ooh.
They've only scored on one opportunity.
A lot of good snitch looks here.
And the gap is 5 between set score and Texas State's current score. So they're probably happy with a snitch catch if they can get that and give beaters on time for their seekers. And it's a pass or a shot?
I think it was a shot.
Was it a shot?
Yeah.
And we're going to stop play as they discuss whether or not that was a shot and whether or not it was on goal. I think it hit the hoops and didn't go through.
I do as well. Looked like it skimmed right off that edge of the hoop.
What do you think, Delata? Unsure. 2 no's and 1 unsure.
Calling beat before.
Beat before. It's not even an option for me. But we won't add 10 to Texas State for that one. So still an advantage of 7 goals for Texas State. Two bludgers in the hands of Sam Houston. No bludgers on defense, though. And a goal for Sam Houston State.
They got some time for the snitch, too, right here.
As the seeker Jose for Sam Houston State is getting some coaching from the sideline. He's got plenty of time. There's no pressure on him, but he's being held up by the snitch. A very good job. As he takes a beat, Texas State looks like they've got control back. And a goal on top of that.
Ooh, almost catch through the line.
It's so close.
It's right there.
Now she has all the time in the world as she's got 2 beaters protecting her. Hayden knows he can't go in alone. Waiting for a little bit of an assist from his teammates.
Right there, so close. Her hand is just touching the bottom of that snitch ball.
Snitch tail.
Snitch tail, that is it. Oh,
Great pass opportunity, just a little off target. It hits a hoop and goes towards the corner.
it does look like Sam Houston recovered that shot, though. Pass. Pass behind. Oh. Sam Houston still with it. Nice tackle by Texas State. Almost tapped that in.
Oh, that was a goal.
Close. Sam Houston having time on the snitch.
We get a stoppage of play. Number 18, seeker for Sam Houston State, came in and almost tackled the snitch, so he's being sent back to hoops. That's not the call on the field, though. We'll see what that is. A little bit of water for this snitch.
Do you know what the call on the field was?
I'm unsure what the call on the field was. Hopefully AJ is able to announce it. But it looks like it's against Texas State because he's not very excited about it.
The bludger turnover?
All right.
Oh, missed beat by Sam Houston right there.
And that could be a difference in a game that's getting this close towards the set goal.
Especially with Texas State on the seeker right now. Or on the snitch right now. Nice block by Sam Houston and a catch.
Incredible play by Hayden Boyd. He's going to go clear out that seeker.
Still
Dodge
clear.
while he's at it. Physicality from Hayden Boyd. Mine is not beat, so she's going to get a couple seconds until Hayden gets back in here.
Nice dodge. Oh.
She was beat before the pull. Maya did get a pull, but definitely clearly beat before. And that was a goal for Sam Houston State in the midst of all that chaos surrounding the snitch.
Sam Houston also has 2 bludgers and the third one on their side. So let's see if they can stop an offense right here. Oh, catch by Sam Houston. That puts them right back in this game. Only down by 4. Fortunately, Texas State only needs 3 more.
That seems to be the case. Not a lot of fighting from the snitch. I do think I'll have to finish this game alone. As Kaiser's going to go
I have
warm
to
up
go
for
warm
his
up.
match. Maybe we'll stream that one with
We will be on
a
this
new
pitch
partner.
next, so.
All right. Good luck.
Thanks for having me. Best of luck.
See you later. Catch is good in favor of Sam Houston. So they're going to get an improvement in their score. 35 or 45? All right, we're going to grant them 35 points, so we have a score of 150 to 115. Our target score is still 180. Confirmed by the players on the field. All right, so now we're just back to the original form of Quidditch. And we'll see if Sam Houston's able to string together. It's only 7 goals. It won't be an easy task, but it's definitely within reach. Sure you want to commentate? That's all I'm doing. All right, so we're just making sure that the team composition makes sense. AJ's giving a little bit of a speech to the beaters for Texas State, talking about face beats and possibly egregious play. So Texas State scores as soon as that play resumes. So they're now at 160, only 2 away from the target score. And Sam Houston's going to bring it up. Hayden's clearing paths, catching bludgers, beating out everybody on Texas State. And now they have control. As he keeps it up, they take a shot, pass behind the hoops. That pass is going to go out of bounds, so it's a turnover, and it's in the hands of Texas State, who, with a lead of 5 goals, are feeling pretty confident. So they're going to do a slow approach and make sure that they don't need to risk anything. They don't need to score too fast. They can just take short opportunities. A pass behind as he draws the beat. Let's see if she can score. She takes one cut into the backside. A little bit of that conduct. They're going to let it go. She passes it up top. Pass back to the small hoop. And that's another goal for Texas State. Oh, I apologize. That is the end of the game. It's only +6, not +7. So we'll stop that clock. Let me update that set score. And I'm sure you guys were all letting me know that. I do apologize. There you go. So Texas State's going to take this one away in their first victory of the season, even if it is an unofficial tournament. So we'll see you for the next game. I'll get that up there. Thanks for joining us.